Hello everybody, Sorbeaten here and welcome back to another mathematics video. In this video we will be continuing our past paper practice in this examination season and we will be continuing with computation. So let's go. So the question says, using a calculator or otherwise, evaluate each of the following. So we have the first one, which is 2 and 1 over 4 subtract 1 and 3 over 5, all divided by 3. So what we want to do here, we want to work out what is going on at the top piece and then divide what is going on at the bottom. So we know we change all of the mixed fractions into improper, so we multiply and then add. So 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9 over 4, subtract, multiply and then add. So 5 times 1 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, so 8 over 5. So we subtract this, so the LCM of 4 and 5 will be 20. So 20 divided by 4 is 5, we multiply that answer there. So 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract, 20 divided by 5 is 4, we multiply that answer by the top there. 8 times 4 is 32. So 35 subtract 32 would give us 13 over 20. So we work on the top, we have 13 over 20, and this will be 13 over 20 divided by 3. So 3 would be the same as 3 over 1. Any number by itself is the same as that number over 1. So we know when we divide in, we keep, change, and flip. This will be 13 over 20 multiplied by, change the division to multiplication, by 1 over 3. So you multiply 13 times 1 would be 13 and 20 times 3 would be 60. So you have 13 over 60 as the answer. So of course we want to double check, as you should, to make sure your answer is correct. You want to double check this here. So what we will do, we will put the top piece in bracket. Whenever you have a fraction like this dividing, you want to put whatever is at the top in a bracket and whatever is at the bottom in a bracket. So what we will do, we will open a bracket and we'll put 2 and 1 over 4, subtract 1 and 3 over 5, close bracket, divided by, press division sign, 3. And hence this will give us 13 over 60. So you know all of these marks belong to you. So let's move on. So the question says, 2.14 sine 75 degrees, giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So we want to, of course, we'll have to use a calculator. So what we will do, type it as it is. So 2.14, and we press sine 75 will give us, our answer would be 2.067081268. And they want the answer correct to 2 decimal places. So this will be equal to 2 points, so we count 2 numbers after the decimal point, 1, 2. And since this number is 5 and more, we add 1 to the previous one. So this will be 2.07, correct to 2 decimal places. And that is the answer there. As simple as that, 1 mark, nice and easy. Cool, calm, and collective. So let's move on to the next one. Next one says, using a calculator or otherwise, calculate the exact value of, and we have this here, we have this going on. So let's work out part 1. So what we do, we change all to improper. So this will be multiply and then add. So 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 1 is 21 over 5 multiplied by 1 over 3. So we work out that piece first. So 3 1s 3. 3 into 21 is 7. So 7 times 1 is 7 over 5 times 1 is 5. And then we subtract this piece here. So we multiply and then add. So 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 would be 5 over 4. So we work this out. So the LCM here, 5 and 4 would be 20. So 20 divided by 5 would be 4. We multiply the answer there. So 7 4 is 28. Subtract, 20 divided by 4 is 5. We multiply the answer there. 5 times 5 would be 25. So this will then give us 28 subtract 25 would be 3 over 20 as the answer. And this cannot be broken down any further. So of course, once again, we want to double check on our calculators to make sure that we will collect these 2 marks. So we'll have 4 and 1 over 5 multiplied by 1 over 3, subtract 1 and 1 over 4. Hence that will give us 3 over 20 as the answer. So you want to be very careful when you're putting that into the calculator. So 2 marks belong to us. So let's move on to the next one. So 4.1 subtract 1.25 to the second power, all divided by 0.005. So let's work out what is going on at the top piece for us. So we can just punch that in our calculator. So 4.1 subtract 1.25 raised to the second power. And that will give us, when we work on the top, we'll have 2.5375 all divided by 0.005. So this will be divided by 0.005. Hence, that will give us, when we work this out, we'll have 507.5. And that would be our answer. As easy as that, 2 marks. Just want to work out what is at the top and then divide it by what is at the bottom. Easy marks there. So let's carry on. So this one says, a stadium has a seating capacity of 15,400 seats. Calculate the number of people in the stadium when 75% of the seats are occupied. So you basically want to find 75% of the total capacity. So we know percentage is out of 100, so it will be 75 over 100 multiplied by 15,400. So we do some simple cancelling out. This will cancel out with that. This will cancel out with that. So 75 multiplied by 154 would give us 11,550. So you can say, therefore, there are 11,550 people in the stadium at 75% capacity. So we have 75% of the stadium filled. We have 11,550 persons. Next one says, the stadium is to be renovated with new seating capacity of 20,790 seats. After renovation, what will be the percentage increase in the number of seats? So the percentage increase in the number of seats, so we now have, this will be the new seating capacity, and this was the old one, 15,400. So we find the difference between the two. So it will be 20,790 subtract 15,400. So this will give us a difference of 5,390. So this is the amount of increase in the seats. So to find the percentage increase, we take this number of seats that will increase, 5,390, and we divide that by the seats that we had before, which is 15,400, and we multiply that by 100, and that will give us the percentage. So this 0 will go with that 0, this 0 cancels with that 0. So now we have 5,390 divided by 154, and that would give us 35. So we can say, therefore, the percentage increase is 35 after the renovation, and that will give us our 2 marks. So just find the difference and then you find the percentage. So let's look at another question. So the next question says, a neon light flashes 5 times every 10 seconds. Show that the light flashes for the 3,200 times in 1 day. So to answer this question, let's find how many seconds are in a day. So we have 60 seconds, that'll be 1 minute. And then we have 60 minutes, will be in 1 hour. So let's find the amount of seconds in 1 hour. So this would simply be 60 multiplied by 60. That would give us 3,600. So we have 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. And then for an entire day, we see we have 24 hours. So 24 hours in 1 day. So this will be 3,600 multiplied by the amount of hours in a day. And hence this will give us 86,400. So you have 86,400 seconds in 1 day. So we put a box around that. So we have 86,400 seconds in 1 day. So let's find out how many 10 seconds we can have in this in 1 day. So we divide the 86,400 by 10. So 86,400 divided by 10. This will go with that. So that will give us 8,640. So you have 8,640 10 seconds in 1 day. So to find, and every 10 seconds, this thing flashes 5 times. So we have to multiply this here by 5. So we can say 8,640 multiplied by 5. And that would give us 43,200. And that is how we can show that the light flashes 43,200 times in 1 day. First, we find the amount of seconds in 1 day. So we can just put some label in. So we can say this will be the seconds in 1 day. And then this will, of course, be the number of 10 seconds, and then this will be the number of flashes. And that is how we show that. So the beauty about these show questions, when you want to show, it's very simple. You know the answer that you're working towards. So whenever you finish working, if you get that answer that they ask you to show, that means you are on your way, you are correct. So that's the beauty about the show questions. So let's carry on. So this one says, using a calculator or otherwise, calculate the exact value of, we have this here, we have 1 and 4 over 7 plus 2 over 3 minus 1 and 5 over 6. So we can change all of this to an improper fraction. So you multiply and then add. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11 over 7 plus 2 over 3 minus, so you multiply and then add again. So 6 times 1 is 6 plus 5 would be 11 over 6. So what we can do, we can actually punch this in a calculator because I said using a calculator otherwise, and we already did some amount of work in here. So when we punch all of this in our calculator, we'll have 11 over 7 plus 2 over 3 minus 11 over 6. And hence this will simply give us 17 over 42. And that is how we get our marks there. So we can just change and then we get our answer. And this will be the answer. 2 marks. Nice and easy. It's just for you to punch it in correctly in your calculator. Or you could have even put in this in your calculator at the top here and you'll get the answer. So let's move on to the last one for this question, for this set of questions. So write the value of, so we have the cube root of 27 over 9 squared as a fraction in its lowest terms. So what we want to do, we want to find the cube root of 27 and then we square 9 and then we simplify that. So to find the cube root of any number, we know we press 3 and then we press second function or shift. Then we go to the upside down V and that will give us 3 and we have a little x and the square root sign. That is telling us the cube root of, and then we put the number, in this case 27. And the cube root of 27 would be 3 over, when we square 9, we will get 81. And 81 divided by 3 gives us 27, so we can break this down. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 87 will be 27. So our answer is 1 over 27, and that will be it in its lowest terms. So it's just for you to know how to operate your calculators. If you don't know, you want to look at one of the previous videos that we did on calculator so you can have a firm understanding. So with that, this has brought me to the end of this video of practicing some computational questions. Of course, there will be more, and I will see you in the next ones. So take care until then.